Won the toss of the coin, elected to defer until the second half, and so it will be Arizona State with a first offensive possession. A festive atmosphere at Autzen Stadium. You see the balloons, and I think some of the fans actually enjoyed the night game. I know the coach here has a rough time with the night games because he's got to wait all day long to play a football game. As you look at the defensive alignment for Oregon in this contest and the secondary as well. Darryl Smith has been a little quiet in recent weeks. Team's not going in his direction that much, and he's played pretty well this season. Offensively, right side Kanaapu. We'll talk about he and Andy Sunia at halftime. And in the skilled position players, well, just before the game started, Bill Musgrave said that he could go, and so he will be in there to start the football game. Thomason with the hip pointer played well, and Michael McClellan re-injured a knee. We'll talk about that later on as well. So Liam Hayes kicking off.
Pretty good coverage on the opening kickoff. Paul Rodriguez down there. Terrell Edwards forcing the Arizona State return man to cut back, and Rodriguez is there to make the stick. Good start, but they soon start making the impact with two tight ends. Fullback hits it up inside, picks up about 3. Marcus Woods makes the tackle. Now they run the wing sweep into the boundary there, kind of a power sweep off tackle play.
Strange alignment here offensively.
And they pick us here. You can see they come off, run 2 guys inside and slip the guy out, and we had a defensive breakdown in man-to-man coverage. The man that was supposed to cover him did not cover him and gave him a big first down early. And you can see they're kind of controlling the line of scrimmage. Nice job there by Darryl Smith making the tackle.
Tack on a personal foul penalty in there, and Arizona State knocking on the door. In fact, the door goes down as Fisher takes it in for the touchdown. And on the first drive, Arizona State goes 81 yards in 10 plays. And I think everybody in the stadium was going, whoa, what's going on? Bill Musgrave comes in. The crowd obviously responded to that. Unfortunately, on the first drive, couldn't quite put it all together, although Calameni does get a 13-yard pickup here and a first down.
On a third down at about 9 or 10, we run the draw play, trap draw, gets a good block from Bud Bowie, and Calameni breaks it outside and does a good job picking up a good first down and more importantly, getting us out of the short end of the field as well.
Next play we see is a 2nd down and 8. Sean Burwell will get about 5.
Same draw play, different formation, different back that time.
But the drive stalls on 3rd and 3. When Bill rolls out, I would think these would be the kinds of passes that he might be most effective by, twisting that body around.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's one I wanted to see if he could do it, and he obviously didn't do it great there, but he threw the ball effectively anyway. Now Arizona State comes back down the field. We finally get a good stout job there inside by LaBounty. Gary Williams, who had just come in the game before that, comes off and gets help in on the tackle, and they're called for holding. We take the penalty, force them into a longer yardage situation. Peter Brantley makes a real nice play there and gets help from Joe Farwell and Romeo Bandison, who we'd also put in the game the 2 plays previous to this. You can see off to the left of your screen now, Peter Brantley comes off of the block by the Arizona State tackle, hits Russell in the backfield for a loss, wraps him up, and I mean, that's a truck you're trying to take down. He's 6'3", 232 pounds.
That was a big series, Coach, because, I mean, they continued to move the ball on that second drive. It could have been 14-0. Instead, you stopped them, and on the next series, Rory Derry makes a nice athletic interception.
Get the turnover, and Rory does. It's a one-handed interception, only the 2nd of his career, and I've been giving him bad times, the first one in 2 years. You'll see it here, playing a little game inside. Brantley tries to take a hard inside rush. Don't get a lot of pressure up there, but the quarterback, inexperienced, throws one-handed left hand, pulls it down, grabs it into his body, and takes off. Gets a great peel-back block from Jeff Cummings right there, and almost took this, but he just got tripped up there and knocked out of bounds.
So the turnover, great field position. The ball marked at the Arizona State 47. The next play we see is from the 44. Bill takes a big hit as he tries to dump the screen off to Burwell.
Just didn't quite block the guy long enough on the screen. Didn't give Bill enough time to get it off. Bill under pressure there, throws it incomplete out toward Ronnie Harris.
Their game plan obviously somewhat like yours, and they really wanted to get after Bill or whoever was at quarterback.
Well, they did, and they took out one of their big defensive linemen and put in another real good athlete outside, and they really came hard outside to keep us in the pocket. Russell on the sweep here, nice job by LaBounty, and Jeff Cummings in pursuit on that play.
By now, it looks like you've made some defensive adjustments, and as a result, you really throttle Arizona State for much of the rest of the ballgame.
Well, we started to find out where they're running and adjust our defense accordingly, and it really helped us.
We go into the second quarter with Arizona State leading the Ducks 7-0, but Oregon has the football and trying to mount a drive here as you see the football located in Arizona State territory. Third down play here, good effort by Sean Burwell to spin for the first.
Nice hard running by Sean as he took it up inside and did make the extra effort to get the first down. Play action pass, Musgrave rolls, throws back on the screen to Burwell, makes the catch, picks up another first down.
We'll take a look at that again from down low.
Rolling away here, and Musgrave under pressure has to hesitate a minute and then throw it up over the Arizona State lineman, which takes a little bit longer, but Kanapu out in front there trying to get a block, and Burwell just gets tripped up.
Good field position, though. The ball now at the ASU 29-yard line.
Musgrave play action fake, comes back on the corner route to Joe Reitzig, who makes the catch deep in Arizona State territory.
This one will come right at you.
Good ground level shot here, good protection for Musgrave, and Reitzig is there. Reitzig's a great pattern runner, just does a tremendous job.
So another first down, great field position. This is a 3rd and goal, though. And Bill's pass just over the head of Jeff Thomason, and so an attempted field goal.
Bad snap, bad hold, never have a chance to kick this. The ball was really almost laying on its side when Greg tried to kick it. There was just no chance.
Does that count as an attempt?
It does for the team, but not for Greg. He had absolutely no chance of making that.
So he ended up 2 for 2 on the night and ended up tying the school record for career field goals. More on that later.
You can see Farwell just hanging on to Russell as he was dragging him by one leg. Powers on the rollout here, gets pressure. Cummings and then LaBounty for the sack.
Loss of 7.
Good job on the contained rush here by Jeff Cummings coming up the field, fighting off the Arizona State block there. Powers ducks under him. He's just kind of hanging on, and LaBounty is there to make the sack.
So again, Arizona State stymied offensively. The Ducks get the football back after a punt.
Good job by Burwell, taking it into the boundary, picking up about 7 yards.
So after a botched swinging gate attempt that nobody on film captured, the Ducks on 2nd and 9, completion Musgrave to Calamini, 24 yards.
Great pass protection here, swinging Calamini out of the backfield on an out route up. Good job by Kanapu, good job by Gettison. Great protection. Musgrave's got all the time in the world, and Calamini finally turned it up the field, and we pick up a big gain.
But the drive again stalls a little bit, and on 4th and 8, Greg McAdam from 44 yards out. Boy, it's been nice to see him this year. He's extended his range this year and hit a number of kicks over 40 yards.
And the 51-yarder. We even attempted the 59-yarder, which is kind of tough up in Seattle last week.
I think he's got 4 now over 40 yards.
Great job there by Marcus Woods for a 1-yard loss. He's going to get double. Watch the guard try to chop block him at the ankles. Marcus lunges. He knows what he has to do. He's off balance. He just sees him, and he pushed off his last step there and got under Russell and tackled him for a yard loss.
Very nice play. 3rd down and 8, though. Powers, as he's hit, gets the ball to the back out of the backfield. Russell, and he rumbles for 29 yards and a first down.
Busted man-to-man coverage. The man that we had covering him just kind of lost him and forgot, and big play there after having him in tough shape.
We'll try Russell again, and James Batista and the company say no.
Now we're starting to be a little stouter and starting to come off of blocks and making some plays on the running game, forcing them into passing situations. Nice play there by Darrell Singleton, making the tackle, stopping him short of the first down.
And it's also stopping Arizona State short of a field goal range as they had to punt the football, and the Ducks take over deep in their own territory. A second down pass, good for 6, and it'll leave the Ducks with a 3rd down and 1. About 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, Arizona State leading 7-3.
Play action pass fake, hit Calamini out in the flat, and we pick up a 1st down and get, more importantly, out of the short end of the field so Arizona State won't have great field position on us. Excellent job by Musgrave, thrown a little bit behind Nalu coming out of the backfield. And a big, big 1st down.
But unfortunately, again, the drive kind of stalls out. The Ducks do try to go upstairs on a 3rd and 14, maybe get a home run just before the end of the first half, but it's not there, and so the Sun Devils get it back. But again, it's the defense that stops ASU from even getting remotely near field goal range. Marcus Woods.
Big Marcus had a heck of a football game. Made a lot of tackles for losses. You can see him just come out like a shot here all of a sudden. Boom, rip right by the Arizona State lineman and make the sack.
6 tackles for Marcus in the ball game, 3 of those for losses. He had a very good game. Arizona State is leading 7-3 at halftime. The 3rd quarter about to begin, and the Ducks will get the football to start the 3rd period as they will be receiving, as you see Sean Burwell getting ready to receive this one. And again, a good start on a nice kickoff return.
Well, it is excellent effort here by Sean. After he hit the wedge, seemingly stopped for a moment, and he just took it on up, kept his legs driving. Nice blocking in there in the wedge. And you can see he just comes to a stop but keeps going. Doug Douglas out front there getting another good block. Excellent job by Burwell on that return.
Had you made any specific adjustments at halftime
We
offensively?
did. You see we come out in a single back set, come out and hit Jeff Thomason here with a little bootleg pass for the 1st down. Nice effort by Jeff, by the way, getting that 1st down, but we needed to try to balance their defense up a little bit. Nice cut by Calamini. Pick up a 12-yard gain on 1st down. They were doing some things that we needed to try to get them set so we knew where they were. In other words, in the 2 tight end set allowed us to do a little bit more of that. Excellent run there by Nalu and a good play by our offensive line.
Ball now in Arizona State territory. Michael McClellan with a short hitch pattern, gain of 6.
And Michael re-injured the knee that he hurt last week in the Washington game and left the game shortly after that. It was on crutches after the game. We're not sure. This is a very great catch by Jeff Thomas. And you can see Bill's throwing it a little bit with more velocity here than he did in the first half too. Rolls out but sets up, gets a nice block there. Is allowed to set up, delivers it to Thomason, and just about the time the ball's there, so is LeDuc and drills him, but Jeff comes up with the football.
Very nice catch. And so if he can catch in traffic, let's get him out when he's a little more open. And it's Thomason again, gain of 9.
It's too bad he lost his footing there a little bit because he was open, could have turned that one up, I think, and certainly got the 1st down. Now we have to settle for a field goal, and McCallum converts.
Good from 30 yards out, and the Ducks have cut the deficit to just 1 point. Defensively, stop Arizona State again. Good Darrell Singleton, hold on.
Look at. We're still holding. They obviously blew the whistle. Thank goodness. He's a load. He's an outstanding football player. You can see we get good pressure upfield. Andy Connor forcing the play wide. Batista comes up, tries to get him, can't. Darrell's hanging on for dear life. Rory Derry doesn't lock up on him. Just a real good football player, Russell is. Now we get a little good pass rush here, shrinking the pocket, and a nice job by Steve Kemp keeping the big tight end from hanging on to that 3rd down reception.
So on 4th down, the punt. And from midfield, I mean, you're not figuring on you're going to get a great one, but the snap is a little low, the punt is a little bit low, and Brian Brown breaks it right here.
Great job. Sees the shadow of the Arizona State player. If it hadn't been a night game, he probably would have been tackled right there. And Brian breaks a 86-yard punt return, 2nd or 3rd longest in school history.
And the first punt return for a touchdown since Lou Barnes in 1983 against UCLA. Coach, punt returns, people think you just go out there, you catch the ball, and a guy runs around and you hope something happens. But it's not that way. It's a little more defined than that, isn't it?
Well, we'd run a couple of, we went to an even alignment this week with 5 on this side and 5 on this side, where we had normally been overshifting and having 4 and 6, whichever way. We'd also run a couple of middle returns earlier, and this one is a right return. Ernest Jones, as you saw, almost got through to block the punt. He rushes. We've got a man here coming out trying to keep the end wide, and then the next 3 men basically are forming the meat of what we call our wall. They're going to try to force their people inside, but they were so conscious of our middle return that they worked up and then fanned out a little bit to the field over here, since this was the wide field, and we ended up having our wall out here, and Brian starts toward the wall, but the backside we pick back to try to keep these people off, and Brian saw a crease up in here. He got a great block from Terrell Edwards, another one from Doug Douglas, and then made the move, as you saw downfield here, as he saw the Arizona State's man's shadow coming up on him as he's starting to break this way. He sees this shadow closing on him, and he just made a quick move to the right just at the right time.
Just as the guy went for the tackle, so let's take a look at it.
You can see great block right there by Terrell Edwards, one you don't see by Doug Douglas, and an excellent return. Right here, you can see, just looked to the left, saw the shadow, made the right just at the time the guy grabs there. Ernest Jones, who almost blocked the punt, is out there, and the punter is no match for Brian on this one.
And what a spark this gave the squad. I mean, Brian Brown, a guy who getting his first action this year, making a big, big impact.
Well, he's a redshirt freshman down Marysville, Yuba City area, just a real good football player. And the 2-point conversion, another big situation that we needed to convert here, because a touchdown, if we don't convert this, puts them definitely ahead. Now they'd have to get a 2-point conversion. Not only did the punt return fire our team up, it fired our crowd up. And from this point on, I thought the crowd and the defense just kind of dominated the football game. Powers rolls out here, and Batista comes off late. This is after a personal foul penalty, so they had a holding penalty there. We refused. Powers on the rollout again, and it is broken up by a nice play over there by Darrell Singleton.
And so on the 3rd and very long, we try to run the draw play. Matt Labonte right there for the loss.
Nice job by Labonte, a leading tackler on our team, tackles for losses, does a great job here, coming through on the stunt and makes the tackle for a loss on Fisher.
So the Ducks get the football back, leading 14-7, midway through the 3rd quarter.
Still in the single back set, run Anthony Jones over in motion. He gets a pretty good block on the force over there, and Burwell takes it up inside for about a 6-yard gain. Burwell again up the middle. Got to lower that shoulder a little bit. What makes a first down, and we start getting deep into Arizona State territory.
The next play we see is a 3rd down and 2 from the ASU 26.
Anthony across in motion. Hit him for the first down as Musgrave comes out on the rollout.
And now it looks like you're going to put another score of some sort on the board right here, but unfortunately on the first down play.
Screen pass to Burwell, and Burwell has got to learn to protect that football as he spins around. The Arizona State guy just comes and strips it out, and he's got to be more conscious of protecting that football, gripping it harder, and he's done a pretty good job, but I think he's starting to get a little sloppy again.
First down play, Russell, nothing there. Labonte, the bottom of the stack.
Excellent job, Marcus Woods first at the point of attack, forcing it back, and Labonte coming in from the outside to make the tackle.
ASU did manage to pick up a first down, but on this first down play, again, they try the run, nothing there.
Well, great job again by Matt Labonte, stuffing it at the point of the attack. He doesn't get credit for the tackle here, but he forces it back to where Andy Connor can tackle it for a yard loss.
2nd down and 11. Powers trying to find some time to throw the football, but a lot of heat, kind of forced out of things, and Connor makes the play, and Brantley gets the sack.
Good job. I'm sure Andy's a little upset he doesn't get credit for the sack there. He just didn't quite keep his feet up under him. Played a little stunt inside, a little blitz, and Andy's there first but misses the tackle. Powers spins out, and Brantley gets the sack for a big loss, clear back to the Arizona State 20-yard line.
So the Sun Devils forced to punt the football, and Oregon will get it back. Now this next play is absolutely remarkable by Jeff Thomason.
Well, this is an interception. I mean, it just should have been an interception, and Jeff just takes it away from the Arizona State defensive back as they're going down. He reaches up and over. The ball's underthrown, probably ill-advised throw. Musgrave doesn't get enough on it, and it's underthrown, and the Arizona State man has it. But look at Jeff, he has it, and then as they come down, he just pulls it away. Even if they both maintain possession, the tie goes to the offense. In other words, simultaneous catch, the offense gets credit for the catch. Play action fake there, great protection, and Joe Reitzig again in the corner of the end zone with a post corner route for the touchdown, wide open. Good pass protection here. You can see a great job by the offensive line, giving Bill enough time to let Joe make the post move, come back to the corner, and complete it for the touchdown.
Into the fourth quarter we go. The Ducks have control of this football game, leading it 21-7. As we pick up action, Arizona State with possession of the ball. We go to the tight end, McReynolds, 6'7", about 250. You can see he's tough to bring down, too.
He's a very good football player, and I was surprised they didn't do a little bit more of that. They got away from the running game, and they could have come back with some more play action. And I don't know who we credit with that sack, except there's about 6 or 7. Romeo Bandison's in there, redshirt freshman. We get great pressure here. Andy Connor coming around the corner from one side. Brantley in there, I think, hits him just as he's going down, and Romeo finishes it up.
And as we mentioned, Michael McClellan forced to leave the football game of re-injuring the knee. And as the coach alluded to, was on crutches after the football game. Hopefully it's not too severe.
Musgrave goes up top, and it's intercepted. We had a busted pattern on that. The receiver broke an out route and was supposed to go deep.
ASU gets it back, but again, the defense rises to the challenge, and there's Marcus Woods again.
There's old Marcus. He kind of looks like a dirt dog, doesn't he? I mean, just look, you know, his jersey's kind of half hanging out. He's got those braces that kind of slip down around his calves. He's a great football player.
But he's a good football player.
He's a great football player.
3rd and 18. And, well, for the first time this year, we see this new face, Devon Hosey with the interception.
Well, with the injury to Muhammad Oliver, we had been trying to redshirt Mingo Hosey, and we just didn't feel we could. We needed him, and he's an excellent coverage man. Not real big, about 150 pounds, has great athletic ability. He's a good track man as well, and you can see he went up high for the interception there. Big turnover.
Get it back, try to run a little time off the clock as Burwell gets 7 on this play here. Then on 2nd down and 3, about 9 minutes to play in the football game. Ducks leading 21-7.
Now we finally get a little running room and are able to control a little of the clock and get some of that time run off, as well as make a few yards on the ground here. Fumble, and fortunately Scott Boatwright is there to recover it.
Also a holding play on that one against the Ducks, and as the crowd tries to stay warm, the Ducks have to punt the football away. So ASU gets it back with about 7 minutes to play, but again, defense does the job. Big play here on 3rd down as James Batista came around the tight end to deflect it.
Well, they'd run that play 2 or 3 times earlier for success, and James did a great job of reading that one and getting in there to turn it around. Almost have the sack there. We miss him, and this is a strange play. The ball's bouncing around. They get it back, but, you know, they're trying to decide whether it was, first of all, they called incomplete. Then they called inadvertent whistle, and they ended up giving Arizona State the choice of where the play ended when the inadvertent whistle blew, which was where, I don't know where the whistle blew and why it blew, but it did, and then whether they should take it where the play ended up or where it started, and they ended up getting the gain on it as well. Powers under pressure here. Nice job by Singleton going up. He was beat by a couple steps. He closed ground on him, went up and deflected the pass away.
Then on a 4th down play, 4th and 4, kind of the coup de grace here as Powers tries to hit his receiver on a little slant pattern, and Steve Kemp reads it and picks it.
Nice job. We're in man-to-man coverage over there. Kemp is free, reads the quarterback's eyes, steps in and picks it off. Goes 81 yards for the touchdown, 5th longest in Oregon history. You can see a real nice break on the ball by Steve Kemp. Excellent athlete, good speed, and outruns the Arizona State quarterback. Powers takes it in for the touch.
Then on the extra point,
well, we have Mark Spear in there snapping now, and Bill bobbles the snap and ends up just throwing it away. What we call our fire call. We need to do a little better job this week on our PAT and field goal snapping and holding. Excellent pressure in there. Terrell Edwards coming in from the bottom of your screen. Good job here by Joe Baggio, who's in there and gets, I think, credit for the sack along with Romeo Bandison.
Watch Edwards again, number 49, and this play will be nullified, but you talk about speed.
Yeah, it's a great play by Terrell Edwards. He's a redshirt. He's going to be a real fine football player. Problem is, we tried to make a substitution in no huddle, and that play was nullified.
That didn't look good on film, so we showed it. So that's the end of the football game. The Ducks winning it as they did a year ago by the identical score of 27-7. Let's take a look at some of the final team stats. I will fill in some of the individual totals for you. First of all, Musgrave was 16 of 28 with 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 189 yards. Sean Burwell, the leading rusher for the Ducks, 66 yards on 23 attempts. Coming up next for the Ducks, the Stanford Cardinal. Oregon now 5-2 with the first conference win. Stanford comes in, and this is a team that has been through an absolute meat grinder of a schedule. Their non-conference games are San Jose State, Colorado, and Notre Dame, and of course they had the big victory over Notre Dame.
Well, they're an outstanding football team. They have had a tough schedule, and I'm sure they're having some problems right now with some nicks and bruises, like a lot of teams are at this stage of the season. But they are capable, as they demonstrated in South Bend, of beating anybody in the country.
Oregon Football 90, sponsored in part by the Oregon Club of Portland, dedicated to supporting Oregon athletics. Taylor Electric Supply Incorporated, Harold Taylor. Montanore Vineyards, Oregon's premier wine estate,